What's going on, guys? Big Mike D717 all back here today. We have a part 1 of 2 on this bad boy right here. This is a Mossberg 590 Shockwave. This is actually one of the earlier generations. They've come out with a few other editions of this, just to see weapon is clear. They've come out with a few new versions of this gun, but I managed to pick up one that was used actually for about 200 bucks, which is pretty cheap for something like this. Now, the big thing is the 590 Shockwave is technically not classified as a shotgun. It's not classified as a pistol. It is classified as other, but you still have to get the same background checks and everything as you do for a pistol, because it's technically classified as just a firearm. They still want you to have the proper background to get these, but we're going to do a quick overview, and then part 2, which I hope you guys subscribe and stay tuned for. We're going to be doing a little bit of testing, see how they shoot, see how the recoil hits you. These are chambered in 2 3/4 to 3-inch 12 gauge shells. They also do have a 20 gauge model, and they are, I think, a 5+1 capacity, so it's pretty high capacity for something that's only about 26 inches long. But yep, let's just dive into a quick overview, and then we'll be hitting the range on another day. Alright guys, so here we have the Mossberg 590 Shockwave chambered in 12 gauge. You can get this also in a 20 gauge model. This model here specifically is 5+1 capacity. Also has it available in a 6+1 capacity, but I think that is only specific to the 12 gauge model. They do have a nice wood grain one, which changes this out for a walnut grip, and the forend grip also changes to walnut as well, but they change it to a blued setup instead of the matte black as you see here. Now this gun is outfitted with a 14 1/4 inch barrel, standard bead sight for any shotgun. It is a smooth bore, so typically slugs are not going to be your best bet. You're going to want to stick with buckshot and birdshot. Also with the barrel going into it is a very heavy walled barrel to help support some of that blast coming off such a short barrel, because this is going to increase recoil adding a 12 gauge to such a short platform. Now also going with this gun is, some people might ask if this is a sawed-off shotgun, how do you purchase one? In the state of Pennsylvania, this is classified as a firearm. You might want to check with your local gun dealer just to make sure what the rules and regulations are. Up here in Pennsylvania, we only need a pistol background check to get these, because they're classified as a firearm. They're too short to be a shotgun, and they don't have a pistol grip to be a pistol. So they put it right in the middle. It is the other category, which is just a firearm. You still need the background checks and things like that. But so what makes this different than a pistol grip shotgun is it has this nice raptor grip or bird's head grip. And what this does is it allows you to get, one, you can get a lot of your hand on this. There's a lot of range to have here. There's no choking up on it to try and get your pinky on, just in case a pistol grip might be a little bit short if you have big hands. This thing here has a lot of room to give. If you have small hands too, it's actually pretty thin in here, so you have a lot to grip onto. But what this does is it reduces some of that recoil or the brunt force that your wrist is going to take. It transfers it a lot better. It's not, your hand isn't straight up. It doesn't feel like you're punching a wall. Now the other thing too going into this grip is what they call a corncob forend, which is a really heavy ribbing. I mean, these ribs have to be 1/4 inch deep. I mean, it has a lot of grip. But also, to go into that, if that's not enough grip for you, they have a strap going around it, which allows you to, one, prevent some of that muzzle hop. If this gun comes out of your hand just holding it standard, the strap really prevents that muzzle from coming up any higher. Now typically when you're going to fire this gun, personally, I know people that have fired it upright, holding it, looking down the sights. My thing is, yes, that is honestly the proper way to shoot these if you want to use the sights, but if you're going to not want to have to worry about possibly losing your grip in certain scenarios and having this grip come back and punch you in the face, I would personally recommend firing this gun from the hip, maybe a little bit higher up, depending on what situation you're in. But these guns are very nice for home defense. It allows you to maneuver around without having to worry about a long 20-inch barrel, or even for some tactical shotguns, just having that overall size, because a standard shotgun, you're probably going to add, it could be close to a foot onto the overall size of this. Now the other thing that makes this nice is you can hide it just about anywhere. Very short and stout, nice setup. The big thing for these that people get on about is they're not necessarily a very practical gun. You're not going to go hunting with this. You're not going to do anything. This is more a nice gun to go out and have fun with at the range, and a nice home defense gun just because it's so compact. Now we are going to be doing some more range testing in the next video. I just wanted to do this part 1, which is a pretty well overall view of what the gun is. It's just a standard 12 gauge platform, but it's just extremely compact. Now that pretty much covers the overall of this gun, and also to go with that, it's only about 26.5 inches long, which is really short for a shotgun. You'll typically see this length in like a bullpup version of a shotgun, which anybody that doesn't know bullpup, it's where the barrel, the ejection and stuff brings back more in the sight. So when you're shouldering it, the round is going to be ejecting right here. It's not going to be out where your hand is. It's going to be tucked a little bit further back, which allows for a very compact setup. But this is enough to keep an old school firearm pump shotgun in a standard setup. Plus it keeps them pretty cheap. If you get a bullpup like a KSG or a 12-16, well 12-16 is not a bullpup, but if you get some of those compact, high capacity pump shotguns, those will run you almost up to $1,000. This here I bought used for about 200 bucks. Great for home defense. And if you get the different models, I know the tactical edition that has the heat shield, the muzzle brake, or the breaching choke, the ammo holders here on the side that holds, I believe, 4 to 5 extra rounds. They can get up in the 500 range really quick. But overall, these guns are very nice for the price, especially if you can find one used. Most people, since they are a home defense gun, they're not going to be out blasting away at the range. They might just load it up a couple times, go test it, make sure that it stays operational, and then keep it as that emergency backup in case of an intruder. But typically these guns aren't going to have a ton of wear and tear, and they're very easy to pick up. But like I said, make sure that your state allows it. Some states do not allow this because of how compact it is, so please check with your local gun shop or things like that to make sure that they're legal in your state and that you won't get in trouble for attempting to purchase one, and also to make sure that you don't need a Class 3 or NFA stamp to purchase. But alright guys, as always, hope you liked the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and also definitely subscribe to stay tuned for range day with this. We're going to be testing it out, testing out the range, and seeing what kind of damage this does for being such a compact package. And alright guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Remember, be safe, shoot straight, have fun. See ya.